All right, our last two questions of the study guide come from slide 25. First, what are the three goals of a good handshake? All right, three goals of a good handshake. First, approach their line of sight and make eye contact. Again, the difference between those two, for the approach line of sight, if you are sitting down and they are standing, then like you need to stand up to approach their line of sight. And if for some reason you come into the interview room and like they're sitting down still, like you don't need to necessarily sit down to shake their hand. They should stand up to meet you. So you don't really go down to their line of sight unless it's like for a child. You're usually going up to their line of sight. So stand up to greet them and again, make eye contact. Second tip is to smile. Look interested, look happy to be there. And then third, maintain a firm web touch. So don't dead fish them. Don't grip their fingers like in the weird gif being shown here. Make sure you go for that web to web contact. Don't death grip them because if your goal is to establish your dominance over your interviewer, that's super weird and you might need to get help. So just make sure you maintain a firm web touch. And our last question, what kind of materials might you need for a job interview? So you should always bring at least two printed copies of your resume with you, and depending on the job that you're interviewing for, you might need some sample work. So for the job, it really depends. Like any way, you might need to demonstrate a skill. It's like in the Hunger Games, they have that training room because they're trying to show the other competitors, like, oh, hey, yeah, like here's this skill that I actually have, not just all talk. Or like if you're applying to be like an actress or an actor, like you usually have some kind of like demo reel that has your previous work in there. There's some jobs like they don't need to see like an example of the work you've done before. Like if you're going to be like a waiter or like a hostess at a restaurant, they don't need sample work of like, oh hey, here's tables that I've sat when I was a hostess at my last job. No. So just use kind of common sense to see if your job is going to need a sample of the work that you've done previously.